Okay, I'm sorry for the delay. We are waiting for one more jury to join us. Okay, there we have. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, fine. Mm, I'm not able to see anybody. I would request others also to switch on your cameras, please. Hello, Sakshi. Very good evening.
Hi, Aditya. Very good evening to everyone.
Deepika ma'am, very good evening.
Hey, hi Aditya, everyone.
Okay, so let's start with today's Skillathon. Before we start, I think you all had a wonderful day today. You have taken your time off to this event for Skillathon Agile Product Management today. Even our participants are very excited to be a part of this, to showcase their ideas to show you all. And I hope the same with the juries as well. So we'll see what Skillathon is. Skillathon is an event where top performing learners demonstrate their understanding of skill and application of the same in the context of real world product idea as a part of their learning journey to industry practitioner and other learners. So here at IPL, we have the Skillathon. It is an encouragement for the learners. So they are the top learners or the top participants among their cohort. Okay. To make this little more tough, so we had all the tough contestants to have a very tight competition among themselves. This is a healthy competition that we are having. And also they get some certain insights from prolific juries that we have today. And I would also like to welcome them as well. Deepika ma'am, Director Product Management at MasterCard. We have Ankit Chaudhary, Senior Direct Product Management at High Radius, and Sakshi Saini. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, it's Sakshi Saini. Yeah.
Okay, Sakshi Saini, Vice President Product at Herky. Okay, welcome you all. Welcome you once again for today's Skillathon. I hope even the participants are ready. Unfortunately, we have only 2 participants today out of 4. Okay, so we are going to finish this soon. And here we have a guidelines that is, we have 10 minutes for the participation for each teams. Okay, so at the 7th minute, I'll let the participants know that they have only 3 minutes left. It is like a reminder. And juries, you can ask them questions. And also, we'll be having a QR code after presentation so that even the viewers can score or they can put their views on how the presentation was. So we have our presenter, and today's first presenter is Ria. Do we have Ria with us?
Yes, hi.
Hi Ria, I can't see you.
I'm not sure why my video is switched on.
We can see the video. Yeah,
We can
maybe.
see you.
Okay, so there is a participant box which is blocking me. Okay, if you are ready, you can start sharing your screen. Okay.
Sure.
Now I can see you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll be having a timer here with me. I'll let you know by the 7th minute.
Sure. Aditya, it's asking me to send a request to share my screen. Can you
Yes.
please cross check?
Oh, before that, I would also like to give juries some time to tell yourself about to our learners? I missed that, but I'm so sorry about that. Let's start with Deepika, ma'am. Over to you. You can take 30 seconds of the time and tell us what you do and about you.
Sure, Aditya. Thanks for that opportunity. Hello, everyone. This is Deepika here, based out of Pune, working as a product manager since past 3 years at Mastercard. And prior to that, I was working for a company called Teachers Insurance. Prior to that, it was Bajaj Finserv. Prior to that, it was Principal Financial Group, multiple organizations. And the journey so far has been fantastic. Started off as a QE, in fact, became a business analyst, a product owner, product manager, tech head, then back to being a product manager. Again, in product management, it has been multiple sides of the house. That's been product development, product management, product ownership, product marketing. So, multiple facets of product management itself. The journey here at MasterCard has been pretty interesting. I've led teams. Now I'm given the responsibility of setting up completely new set of teams as a part of my current role. I work specifically in the virtual credit cards space because MasterCard is known as an organization for creation of or providing the payment rails for payments across the globe. So the product that I work on, in case if you want to actually go ahead and Google, you can check in control for commercial payments. It's available on Google. It's a global product. So that's the one that I'm heading right now. Thanks. Aditya, you're on mute, it seems.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Sure.
So even the learners who are here, they want to have a transition or they are looking to become an aspiring product manager. So that would be really motivation to everyone. Thank you so much for that because you started your journey not as a product manager straight away. That is a good thing. Thank you so much.
One thing that I would like to add, Aditya, for sure, I'm available on LinkedIn. In case if anyone wants to reach out to me, just to, for a quick chat, understand how the journey has been. Because right here, the time is limited. So definitely I can guide you in case if you feel that, there is a need. Of course, please feel free to do so.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am. And next, Ankit sir, over to you.
Hi everyone. I think great to see there are more than 50% women on the group today, like including the panelists and the jury members. So shout out to Aditya and IPL team. Kudos, man. And so I am based out of Bangalore. Oh, sorry, Hyderabad.
Sorry, it is shout out to them, sir.
Yeah, no, seriously, man. Because in tech, right, we need more and more women, specifically at senior level, senior roles. So that's really, really great, right? So we should do as much as we can in that capacity. And I have around 15 years of experience. I also, like Deepika, I transitioned to product management. I was doing a lot of growth analytics roles, but my life has all been built around data, right? From metrics, insights to growth to product management. Worked in companies like Meta, Microsoft, and currently working for a B2B tech startup in Hyderabad. And would love to like listen to some pitches and try to like share some insights. So looking forward to it, folks.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much as well for you. And Sakshi ma'am, over to you.
Thanks, Aditya. Surely, Ankit, what you said is something very important right now. Being a women in product is something. Lately, it's been very much open for women and being accepted as at the leadership positions also. So yeah, hi folks. My name is Sakshi. I bring close to 13 years of experience in product leadership. I have worked around consumer internet, AI first products, digital media, growth, and community platforms. I had the opportunity to build and scale products from early concept to a large scale adoption. I was the founding member of ET Prime, the flagship product of Economic Times, which is a subscription based model. Yeah, I'm here to look forward to seeing the bold thinking, strong execution, and products that have potential to create meaningful impact. So, all the best, everyone. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I'll also share your LinkedIn profiles to them, and they will be reaching out to you. They will connect with you via LinkedIn.
Sure.
Great. So now we will start from where we stopped. Our first presenter, Priya, the platform is yours. You can share your screen.
Sure. Give me 1 minute, please.
Yeah, one small thing also.
Yes.
So these are individual presenters, right? So they worked alone on the cases.
Yes.
Okay. And how much time was given to each participant?
While what? While presenting?
Or to prepare? No, not presenting. To prepare this entire case.
So they will take, so they have a different course, as I told you.
Yeah.
And this Agile product management is itself a course for them. So they
Okay.
will take a month of time to
Got it.
prepare and work on it.
Perfect. Okay, thanks. Let's continue, Ria.
Okay. Yes, Riya.
Sure. Can you please confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So, very good evening to everyone. My name is Ria. I'm
So,
somebody who
sorry.
enjoy. Yes.
Can you make this as full screen?
Sure. 1 second.
So there you have option right towards your right hand side. Yes. Will that work? There is
No,
an arrow key, right?
Sorry.
There is an arrow key towards your right hand side. Settings. You
Better.
can see.
Better.
Perfect. Yes.
Okay, sure. So, very good evening to everyone. My name is Riya, and I'm somebody who thoroughly enjoys solving real customer problems with product thinking. So to just set a premise on what I'm going to present today, let me tell you a story that a lot of us might relate with or might be going through also currently. Imagine you've woken up tired from a day's work, woken up in the morning, had some breakfast, and you leave leave for your office around 8:30. Your office is around 10 kilometers from your place, and you spend around 90 minutes just traveling in the traffic of all these metropolitan cities, right? And this is a problem that all of us face, especially with cities like Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai, right? I got to sit and think about this one day about the amount of money that we are spending on commute these days, the amount of time we are spending in commute these days, the amount of seats that are getting wasted because, well, people want to travel with their own vehicle. And imagine if one person takes their car and travels to their office, approximately ends up wasting around 3 to 4 other people that he or she could carry with them, right? So hence I built Zippy Rides. Zippy Rides is basically a community-led carpooling platform that helps daily office goers, urban professionals, especially in metropolitan cities, travel efficiently, cost effectively, and also sustainably. Talking a little bit about how I found out about this problem, the major problem is connected to three parameters. Firstly, continuous increase in cost of commute. You open Uber, you check 3 kilometers away, you know your destination and your starting point, and somehow it ends up showing 150 rupees. And personally, I have worked around 1.5 years in Bangalore, and my office was around 1.5 kilometers away from my PG. It ended up taking me around 25 to 30 minutes on the worst possible days, of course, to travel just to my office, which is just 1.1 to 1.5 kilometers away. So the main problem is based on these three parameters: increasing expense of commute, the increase in traffic and congestion, and third, the increase in overall, population of these cities. My overall vision for Zippy Rides is to enable efficient, affordable, and sustainable urban commute by leveraging community-driven carpooling. The platform seeks to maximize the utilization of personal vehicles while reducing traffic and congestion commute costs. Because let's be real, no matter how much the government seems to be investing in roads, in managing traffic, somehow it seems to be increasing only regardless. By combining smart ride matching and trust mechanisms and user-centric design, Zippy Rides on the long run aspired to make shared mobility a reliable and preferred choice for daily commuters. Talking about the product organization design that I thought would best suit this particular case is following a cross-functional agile structure so that each team and each squad could own their features, could own what they are responsible for, and this way everyone can kind of ace in what they're doing. So the first cohort would include core ride experience, which would include PM, UX designers, engineers, and QA analysts responsible for ride creation, booking, and payments. Basically, what we need to start with. The squad two would lead with safety and trust, two really important things, especially when we are trying to build something which is for carpooling, where you might or might not be traveling with people that you don't know. So here the team would include PM, engineers, data analysts responsible for KYC verification, ratings, and for SOS. And the third and the last squad would be growth and retention, which would include PMs, engineers, marketing, responsible for referrals, notifications, and overall engagements. I personally believe this cross-functional agile structure can lead to better iteration, faster features, and a faster decision making overall. Talking about when I analyze the product market fit for this particular product, the main highlighted levers here are first would be convenience. When it comes to commute, the most important things for the young professionals, urban professionals, is convenience. They need to be quickly be able to find a ride, join rides frictionlessly, and be able to reach their destination. So convenience is the first. Second would be cost efficiency. Now, this is one of our main problems as well, right? So we're trying to solve cost efficiency. We're trying to make it more cost efficient for people. So reducing overall commute cost for the people that are traveling, and a save of cost for people who are taking the whole carpool together. Both ways it's going to be efficient that way. Third, like I said, you might or might not be traveling with strangers. So trust and safety are two really important things here. And the two things that would really help are KYC verification, ratings, and SOS feature overall, both for drivers and riders. And the last aspect would be availability. Now, I'm also trying to solve a problem, but I also want the problem to be solved efficiently, right? Let's say you go on Zippy rides and you open, but if it takes you 15 minutes to big book one ride, you might not use Zippy rides again. So here I want to build a large network, more users, more drivers, more riders. Hence, I'll be focusing on urban, densely populated metropolitan cities. Talking about the whole business model plan, the Zippy rides will follow a platform-based revenue model where each ride will be commissioned, and the other revenue streams will include subscription plans for frequent users, corporate partnerships for employee commuting, which is really, really important, and a few in-app promotions and advertisements. The main cost drivers here are technology advancements and maintenance, cloud infrastructure, customer support operations, and marketing and user acquisition. The overall growth strategy will be focused on urban cluster first, leveraging on referral based growth. That's how Uber and Ola started, right? And partner with corporates and local authorities. The whole requirements design is based on two user definitions. We largely have two users right now: a driver who owns a vehicle, who has a empty space, 3-4 seats, and the second would be a passenger, a registered user who searches, wants, and joins available trips by agreeing to the driver's condition. Hence, to make sure these two users are satisfied and their needs are met, the core application requirements will be registration and login for user management, rating, reviews, and ride history for drivers and passengers for overall social trust and security. Ride
Ria,
booking.
you have 3 more minutes.
Sure. Ride booking, check-in, real-time updates, and completion updates. Creating and publishing new trips, define route, time, pickup drop times, and manage bookings for driver access. Search and filter trips on locations, time, price for passenger access, and digital payment integration, your wallet, UPI cards for payments. The way I have kind of prioritized the features and the way I have kind of avoided feature creep is using Moscow prioritization. The MVP focuses only on must-have features required to validate ride sharing, safety, engagement. AI capabilities are introduced on a later stage progressively based on user feedback and product maturity. The goal here is first to validate the customer's needs, understand what they are liking, understand what does not working, improve the main MVP, improve the overall experience and user and drivers control, build trust, and then focus on scale and optimization. The success metrics and MVP validation that I've chosen for adoption, initial stages, the metric that I've chosen is monthly active users to kind of identify and understand how many users am I able to get in, how much traction am I able to get in every month. Second, for continuous engagement, I would like to monitor completed rides per week to understand how many users, active users, are actually engaging with the app. Retention, obviously, the metric is repeat ride rate. How many users are coming back to my app to understand and to use the app again because they like the experience. Trust would be the metric for trust would be average user rating. And last but not the least, for efficiency, it would be ride match success rate to see how efficient my app is to match with the rider and with the driver. The overall North Star metric would be completed rides per week. Now, no product is successful without stakeholder alignments. Here in my case, the key stakeholders are traffic department, product team, engineering, users, and customer support. My overall alignment approach towards these stakeholders is regular progress visibility, feedback, clear prioritizing across milestones, feedback loops to understand what is working and what is not working, continuous inputs from users and support teams because they are the key points to understand, and shared KPIs, adoption, ride completion, and retention. As a product manager, I personally want to focus on aligning stakeholders around measurable outcomes, ensuring every decision driver user values, scalability, and long-term impact. Just on a whole, I want Zippy Rides to achieve a major issue that all of us are facing right now: high congestion, high commute costs, and, well, delays in traveling. I hope this product solves for everything. Thank you.
Perfect. Your time's up. Okay. Deepika, over to you. It's time for you to ask question and give them feedback.
Sure, thanks. So Ria, first and foremost, it was a very good presentation. You have done thorough research in terms of what is it that you want to build and what exactly is the problem statement that you want to solve. I had a few queries, in fact. Now they are nitty-gritties, but I thought that maybe I'll try to understand your thought process behind them.
Sure.
First and foremost, starting with the pricing. I did not see pricing on any of the slides. So what exactly is that particular? Because business model also needs to think about the pricing aspect. So if you want to throw some light on it.
Sure. I completely do understand and agree from where your question is coming from. Talking about the pricing model, honestly, the revenue model, like in terms of pricing, has not been given a thought yet. Because when we were building this particular project, we were told to focus on the overall thought process. And the second loop, the second line of iteration would include these steps like pricing, market strategy, marketing strategy, social media strategy. I would love to give it some thought and come up with a good pricing strategy for the same. Ma'am, I can't hear you. I think
You're on mute.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. The second question, Ria, which I had, it was more to do with the metrics that you have curated.
Sure.
So across, major domains, you have already done a good job in terms of identifying what exactly should those be. Now, belonging to a tech background, the first thing that comes to my mind when you're wanting to build something reliable, the performance metrics of the app, that definitely needs to be a part of the MVP. So say, for example, the availability you spoke about, wherein, whether the users are there on both sides of the house. You want riders and then you also want drivers in the space. But then to both of these, the app should be available. So any specific metric that you have thought of in that space?
In terms of the app?
In terms of the app being available.
In terms of the app, the one major metric that I can think of right now would be free-flowing signups. People not dropping off at the sign up point because it's too complicated to sign up. I think that is one of the most important things when it comes to the app. And second would be quick profile filling. And third would be seeing a few ratings and reviews on the app in the front so that they can get an initial level trust on whether to use the app or not.
Okay. I think, Ria, maybe I should clarify this a little bit.
Sure.
It's more to do with the app being available in terms of the app does not crash.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So that's one particular area as well. Because you might build something beautiful. You might have customers coming to the app, but then they'll not want to use it in case if they face this problem of the app not being available immediately post login, for example. So that's one
Right.
consideration that you'll need to do for sure.
100%, I'll take care of it.
There are a few minor items, but I think that, yeah, Ankit and Sakshi, they'll be covering that during their review as well. Thanks.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for your input, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. Ankit sir, over to you.
Sure. So I think the flow was pretty good. I liked how you started the session, like a little bit of storytelling, so piqued some interest. So the why part of the presentation was pretty clear. I'll share some observation and some feedback, right? How you can sort of do better. So typically, right, any case which is all right, it's the why and the what and then the how. So on the what part, I think we can go deeper into the product thinking part. So you jump more on the structure of the team and what they will do, the pods and everything. However, it will be good if you can think more on what actual features or the product solution, what does the design of the solution look like? So the components would be what is the algo or the sharing model, what are the safety security concerns, how do you look at the regulations? You did cover later on that these are private cars, but I was wondering if it is a lease car or a private car. And because right, Ola, Uber tried this sharing solution, it did not work. So I thought you might be able to glean more insights, and because effectively, right, it's a lot of traffic. So if you just build this solution, some people will try, they will again take a lot of time. Why will someone take their car? So I think you would have to go a little bit deeper into the problem. For example, if I were to solve this, right, I'll maybe take this as a base case, start with one community to one tech park. Maybe try to think in terms of routes, think in terms of the problems with shared sharing solutions, and then come up with one or two, you said a MVP, like what are the one or two features which you want to build so that ride sharing can actually be a success. So I think those are some of the pivots, like go deeper into the what. Your why was pretty clear. Don't just go into that, hey, I want a team with this structure, stakeholder alignment. Does not matter, right? If our product thinking is good, rest everything will follow in place. So
Absolutely.
a bit of a like strict feedback, but those things, if you try to think more, I think we'll be able to come up with like sort of better solutions. Okay, but on the
Definitely.
best. Yeah, good
Thank you.
try.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your insight, sir.
No worries.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sakshi ma'am.
Hi, Ria. Ria, I must say it's quite a good presentation. As Ankit has said that, the why part is covered very diligently, very detailed. So that was really good. And trust me, it was also hooking me to, to understand how you're going to solve it and what are the features that you're going to build. As you have mentioned a bit about how, what, but I think the how part is totally missing in terms of go to market strategy. And and that right now building an MVP is, because in the world of AI, building an app, building a website is far more easier. But I think right now it's far more important to understand how you're going to reach out to your customers, how you're going to make them adopt it. I think that's a very major important part. There are a few pointers that I've written. The one part is you have written that, for increased usage and more ride booking of any of the driver, you will go for a rating information, right? But what would happen for a rider who came first? It was a first time ride. So how are you going to evaluate him? How are you going to ensure that he get enough rides even without having a rating? I think that part is somehow I'm not clear. Second part, you have mentioned about the adoption metrics. So you mentioned MAU. Can you explain me a little more about it? Because there are two sides of users. One is the driver, the other is passengers. I understand on the passenger side, you might be wanted to take MAU as adoption, whereas I still believe that's not the adoption metrics. But on the driver side, MAU cannot be an adoption metrics. You know,
Absolutely.
for a driver side, it's more like how many registration that has happened, or how many, for what is the funnel of the registration screens. So that possibly could be your one metrics that you should be looking for. And even in case of passengers, I believe you should be looking more towards how many ride bookings that's happening, either the ride bookings to the MAU ratio. So that could be another level of adoption that you should be looking for. Yeah. um,
Definitely.
and just one more feedback. I couldn't see any competitor review, analysis. Have you heard about blah blah cars?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
So this is exactly the same what you have mentioned, right? So if you could
Right.
have done a little more, analysis that how you guys are different than them, that also build up a case, that how deeper that you have gone into the how part, what and how.
100%.
So
100%.
I think that part, if gets little more deeper, that holds much more value to, that gives much more value to the whole presentation.
Definitely. Thank
Yeah,
you so much for your insight, ma'am. I'll take them into consideration and work on them.
sure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we will go for the scores now. Deepika, ma'am, your scores, please.
Okay. So on a scale of 5, Aditya, I would want to give it a 3.5.
Fine. Okay.
Thank you
you.
so much, ma'am.
Ankit, sir.
I'll give it a 3 on 5.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Riya.
And Sakshi, ma'am.
I'll give 3 on 5.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. So we will just have a quick.
And meanwhile, we get the scores. So one more thing, Riya. So
Sure.
when we look at the competition, right, it's mainly for insights. Like for example, Ola, Uber tried carpooling. Blabla is intercity. You are trying to do an intracity. So it's also for differentiation, but mainly for insights that what worked for them, what failed for them. So it gives us a path forward that hey, these are the things which I know does not work, or
Does not
there
work.
these are the gaps which are still open. So that always helps us refine our solution and our thinking as well. So that's always
Definitely.
great if there are some references to look at them.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Riya. And I appreciate how you take feedback from everyone. So that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Okay, now you can see your QR code for Ria, and please, I would like to or encourage everyone to take your cell phones and scan this QR code and let us know how you felt about this presentation.
Aditya, one more thing, feedback, man. I mean, I'm a PM,
Yes.
right? So we should have people give the rating first and then judges give their scores. Otherwise, they'll get biased. So, that's we should do the like for the next part.
Okay, next participants we will do
Swap the
that.
order. Okay.
But the main scoring that we are going to consider is from juries, and
Okay.
this thing we want to know what the viewers felt about the presentation. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Ria.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Great learning experience.
Wonderful. And also, yeah, okay. Now we will go with the next participant, next team. Sarina, Dikshita, and Samkeet.
Thanks, Aditya. Um, okay. Before we start, I'd just like to add one point that this presentation is regarding agile product management, right? So, in this particular presentation, we have focused more on, I would say, project management as well as prioritization rather than the GTM and metrics and certain things, right? So, just wanted to give you a heads up. I think we can begin if my teammates are also ready.
I hope the screen is visible.
Yeah,
Perfect. Then Samkeet, over to you.
perfect. All right, welcome to Shoppies, the digital companion built to remember everything about your shopping so that you don't have to. Let's start with Meera, 26 years old from Indore, juggling 5 shopping acts every day. She sees a kurta on Instagram and later can't find it again when she wants to buy it. She has an unused Myntra point. She has pantaloons card she never carries and also lost Agio order. But Mira isn't just one person. She's millions of shoppers quietly losing real royalty value every year without even noticing. And it's not just shoppers like Mira. Let's also meet Pragya. She's 34 from Nashik. She's shopping for a family of 4. She's tracking multiple orders across 4 applications on weekends, between managing her daily tasks as well. And her return window for a particular item that she bought closed while she was traveling. Her Tata Click points expired before she noticed, and for her, every missed deadline feels like losing her own money. Meera and Pragya aren't edge cases. They are the market we are trying to focus on. India's fashion e-commerce is heading towards $100 billion by 2030, and Tier 2 cities are driving almost half of that growth. And inside that growth sits the exact problem we just saw. Trillions in unused loyalty value and 80% return rate, which is the highest in the world, by the way. And that is exactly where ShopEase sits right in that gap. So, who we are exactly building this for? Let's start with Meera. She shops on a basic phone with limited data, browsing Pinterest but buying from Myntra. She wants to feel in control of her shopping and not overwhelmed by it. Her biggest frustration is everything being scattered, and her biggest motivation is getting the full value from the habits she already has. And then there's Pragya. Her goal is simple: never lose money to a missed deadline again. She wants one place that watches everything for her so that she doesn't have to keep checking. Every rupee of loyalty value matters to her, and she's even teaching her kids the same habit. Over to you, Sarina.
Thank you so much, Samkeet. So, here's what we built. Shoppies is the app that remembers everything about your shopping so you don't have to. We keep repeating that because that's the line that cuts across our brand. Think cred, but for shopping intelligence. We don't replace Myntra or Agile. We sit above them as a physical plus digital companion that unifies what's already broken across these platforms. In our product, there are 3 pillars. Loyalty. Every point across every brand shown in rupees with alerts before they vanish. Orders, every delivery, every return.
I think
Sarina, you're there?
let me just check with her.
Connection issue at our end.
No brand partnerships are needed upfront.
Sarina, you
Sarina?
cut out a bit in the middle and we missed the last couple of seconds.
Still, I think it's not
Sarina,
clear.
you are able.
I think her previous actions are syncing right now with Zoom.
Oh,
There is some lag.
Wait, yeah.
Agio, Tata New,
Sarina,
Cred.
Sarina, can
we
okay.
haven't heard the last couple of
We
seconds.
lost you for some time now.
Yeah, we lost you for
Can
quite
you
some
hear me now?
Can we have her restart
Yes.
her bit of the
From
presentation?
previous slide. Previous slide.
Okay, so the product was fine. Should I repeat the
By
business
the
model?
way, I had paused your time. Okay. I'm
Oh,
that's
resuming
Thank
it.
you so much, Aditya.
I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Good.
So I should start with the product again, just for the flow? Yeah, great. Sorry. All right. So in the product, there are 3 pillars. Loyalty. Every point across every brand is shown in rupees with alerts before they vanish. For orders, every delivery, every return window is tracked via Gmail. No manual input is needed. For discovery, one wish list across all apps. So it's screenshot to search and price drop alerts so that everybody buys at the right moment, not just the convenient one. Looking at our business model canvas, our engine is simple. Gmail OAuth does the heavy lifting for the MVP. No brand partnerships needed upfront. We acquire through Instagram and WhatsApp word of mouth. We retain through push nudges and a WhatsApp loyalty bot. Revenue starts with a freemium tier at 99 rupees per month and then grows to B2B merchant analytics and brand funded nudges in version 2. Briefly looking at our competitive landscape, Myntra, Agio, Tata Neu, Cred, they all do one thing well, but none of them connect across platforms. Tata Neu is logged to Tata. Cred does not track orders. Payback has the right idea, just terrible execution. Our moat is that we are phygital, we are Gmail native, tier 2 first, and truly unified. We used a full story map to sequence our builds. For the MVP, onboarding, the loyalty dashboard, Gmail-based order parsing, and screenshot to product search. Return windows, alerts, and push notifications follow in version 1. Brand API partnerships and B2B analytics, that's version 2. So we have a clear MVP line. We know what we are building and what we are deliberately not building just yet. On that note, over to you, Diksha.
Thank you, Serena. You can play the demo, I think.
Yes.
Before I get into the sprints and tasks, I want to spend a moment on why things are prioritized the way they are. We're using Jira's priority field to reflect Moscow. Highest means must have, high means should have, and medium and low are our V1 and V2 roadmap. The 4 highest epics are epics 1 through 4, where epic 1 is authentication and onboarding, the front door to the app. But more importantly, the onboarding flow is where the user connects their loyalty accounts from Myntra, Nykaa, etc. and enters their balances here. Without this step, there's nothing to show on the dashboard, which brings us to Epic 2, the loyalty hub. This is the core value proposition of Shoppee's. One screen, all of your loyalty points with monetary value. Epic 3 is Gmail integration for order tracking. Epic 4 is returns management. Epics 5 and 6 are high priority should haves. Epic 5 is the discovery vault where users save products from any platform via URL and get price drop alerts. Epic 6 is the notifications engine that ties everything together. These two make the app feel alive. Now going to Epics 7, 8 and 9. They're part of the V1 roadmap. Auto sync with loyalty portals, live carrier API tracking, screenshot based visual search. Great features, but each one carries technical risk for an MVP. Epics 10, 11 and 12 are low priority. Brand API partnerships, the in-store vital layer, B2B merchant analytics. This all becomes relevant once we actually have user traction. Each epic is also broken down into stories for the MVP, and each story is broken down into tasks focused on engineering, design, or QA for the first sprint. Now, in the backlog, you can see how the sprints are laid out. Sprint 1 is building the foundation because every other epic depends on a user being logged in and seeing a dashboard. Sprint 2 is the backbone. Gmail integration gives us the order data, and returns management immediately makes that data useful. By the end of Sprint 2, there's
You
a
guys
complete
have 3 more minutes.
Sprint 3 closes with the wish list and notifications, and importantly, if anything in Sprint 2 runs long, there is enough contingency planning. Sprint 4 is for complete QA, bug fixes, demo prep, release, etc. Now let's go to the board. And here's Sprint 1 on the board. Design and backend run in parallel from day 1. Let's take user story 1 for example. User registration. While the designer is building the registration screen, the backend engineer is already building the API and password hashing. Front end wires it up mid sprint, and QA signs off story by story and not at the end of the sprint. We can also see that the acceptance criteria is defined for each story clearly, and also the dependencies of one story over another are clearly visible. These are all the stories dependent on user story 1. Let's take a look at user story 2 also for example. We can see that user story 4 is dependent on user story 2, but also that user story 2 is dependent on user story 1. By the end of sprint 1, we get a user who can register, log in with Google, go through the onboarding flow, connect their loyalty accounts, and land on a working dashboard. That's the full picture. 12 epics prioritized by Moscow, sequenced by dependency, and broken down to task level so that the team can move on day 1.
Thank you. So the Jira is how we build it, but I want to quickly show you the bigger picture of where this is going. MVP is weeks 1 to 8, where we get the core experience working, but V1 is where it gets exciting, and by V2 we flip the model. Brands start paying to be on Shoppee's, and that's when this becomes a platform and not just an app. Next slide. Now the thing that keeps all of this from going off track is this. We're not waiting for launch to find out if we got it right. Every 2 weeks, there's a sprint review. Users get in app surveys right after they do something like return an item, save a product, and we'll also be running bi weekly beta interviews on top of that. So, all of it feeds directly into the backlog. The product you see in sprint 3 is genuinely shaped by what the users told us in sprint 2. And that's Shopee's, built for the next generation of digital shoppers in India, researched, prioritized, planned, and really, really exciting to build. Thank you so much.
Correct. You still have 17 seconds left. Okay.
Then we'd just like to
It's
thank
on
the judges
time.
and Aditya for this opportunity in those 17 seconds. That's all.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry. I have very massive bandwidth issues today, and I'm working on my phone's hotspot. I'm so sorry for the snag.
No problem. No problem. So, yes, juries. Let's start with Sakshi ma'am now, this time.
Guys, go ahead, build it. See,
Um,
amazingly executed. The whole idea from start of telling what was the problem to finally how it's going to be executed. I think each and every step was detailed, thorough, and more as much detailing that can be done. I think that was there. The only one bit which I found was missing is getting into little more technical. If you could have get into a flow diagram of how the integration on a tech part that's going to be there in the jiras, which also explain the technicality side of the product, I think that could also help to understand how detailed you understand from an integration perspective. You guys have only chose the Gmail integration. I believe these days there are a lot of brands who are also working with the WhatsApp. If you could have also, go ahead and get the integration of phone numbers or WhatsApp also, I think that also broaden your scenario in terms of getting the royalty points done. One thing which is missing into this is the credit card reward points, because it's just not the platform reward point that people miss, but also the credit card reward point that most of them don't use up to optimal uses. So if you can integrate that part too, it also includes a new use case for you guys to add on to this. I think that's all from my side, but definitely a very good detailed presentation from you guys. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sakshi ma'am. One thing I would like to add is in terms of the credit card thing, right? So the credit card things, the credit card credits are also awarded on offline shopping as well. And this particular shop ease was focused entirely on online shopping and redeeming the loyalty points we get on online shopping. So
No,
maybe
so there are a lot of Samkit, there are a lot of vouchers that's been also provided into the credit card reward points, which can be used on the online shoppings also.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
And as I think, Samkeet, another example for that, and if you remember, we had this same discussion in our Skillathon as well, because that morning when I was going to give this presentation, 10 minutes before that, my Max WhatsApp came live and said, your coupon is expiring. So I realized that we are building something that affects each one of us every single day. So yes, I think it's also a point about, because this was in the middle of our course. After this, we have also studied GTM and product market fit in much more detail. So I think that kind of also has broadened our horizons. On the WhatsApp bit, I think we do plan to have something in V2, like we mentioned, the WhatsApp bot. So outright in the initial phase, because Gmail is easier to do, I think that's why we prioritized it. But definitely, yes, valid feedback. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Just on the part of Gmail, because most of the shoppers who are shopping right now online are not too tech savvy. They just know how to use that particular app and they are comfortable with them, but they are not comfortable using their Gmail also. So your adoption of that Gmail part would not be that high. But if you go towards mobile or WhatsApp, I think that would
Yeah,
help you get the adoption done faster.
that's a very good point,
That's a
ma'am.
Sure.
very valid point,
Thanks
ma'am.
a
I
lot,
think
Sakshi.
I think definitely I'm rethinking the prioritization right now. We're gonna have to look at it, but point well taken, ma'am. And also WhatsApp integration is quite doable. I think for a presentation after, we had looked up on WhatsApp integration and what it costs, etc. And it's very feasible to be part of MVP as well.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So guys, I think pretty crisp presentation. I think really love the concept of shopping intelligence, and and presentation was also pretty crisp. So I think just couple of feedbacks, one major and one minor. So I think this concept is very good. That way you are thinking that reward points expiring, how to track something, return window closing. But the biggest challenge is you will not be able to get this data. I know you mentioned Gmail tracking, but Gmail will at max give you just the tracking that you place an order, when it is coming, like the shipping data you can glean. But this whole project depends upon the kind of data which you can get from, right, the Mintras or AGOs or different shopping apps. So I would have loved little bit more of a double click, because that is your moat. If you are able to get all the data, but you could have done some more research on how do you aggregate all of this, because once you have all the data coming in, then I think the product can actually, it's actually a real product which you can actually build. There's a lot of users use cases. So you want to share any other thoughts on how do you intend, or did you do some more research on how do you aggregate and get this data, right from return window to points, expiry, all the things which your offerings are clear, but I was not clear on how will you get the data across platforms. So any, like, you want to double click any one of you, Diksha or Samkeet or the third lady? I forgot her name.
Sarina.
Serena.
Diksha, you want to take that? You are our tech guy.
So we had actually looked up, if there's an easy way to do this, because this is a very real problem. We had looked up if Myntra, Nykaa, how many of these have open APIs that we can call.
Nobody will give an
And
opening.
there aren't a lot of availability for user data in general. What we were able to find out was order data. There are APIs for that, specifically if people are using, let's say, Blue Dart or something else. They have APIs that we can track very easily. Other than that, that is why we're asking the users for an initial integration into our platform, because there isn't
What integration? What, they will log into your platform with the AGO credentials, or what kind of integration you're thinking?
So they won't be logging into our platform with the AGO credentials. They will be updating their information. I'm sorry?
Which kind of information?
Their current reward points and when it expires, etc.
Nobody will do that. Nobody will do that. I can write it on a paper and give it to you. Because see, it's a very cool problem, right? It has a lot of value. But everything boils down to the premise, how will you get the data? If there is no aggregation, there is no product.
So we did also consider part of Gmail integration to do scraping, right?
Gmail will do
For
only order tracking. That's it. Order is coming, order is delivered. Other
No,
than that,
so you also get emails for all of your coupons, right? That you
Mhm.
have earned so on so points off of. At least I do get it from Myntra, etc. So as part of the Gmail integration, we did plan to include web scraping into it. I mean, email scraping in general, because that's far easier to do than any other scraping. And look up keywords like Myntra and coupon, etc., and try to get that information. That is how much we can help the user from a technical perspective without them having to input it, because there aren't any open APIs, unfortunately.
Fair enough. I think that's okay. I think, of course, that's a great starting point. But when you're building a product like this, like if you were to do it in real, because it's a great idea, like as Sakshi was saying, go build it. So it's actually a very beautiful idea. But if you can double click, think more on how do you get this data, and which is more reliable, which updates over a period of time, where you have a feedback loop coming from the user, that'll be really powerful. So this was the major feedback. Minor feedback is if you just go back on the slides once, like this is for all of us in the room. one very minor feedback was there's a business model slide, right? Like next, yeah, this slide. So guys, presentation, right? There has to be simplicity. You cannot have so much of stuff going around in a slide. Like your model has to be very simple. It just needs to be just 3-4 boxes. So this just caught my attention that sometimes we are trying to say so much, but effectively, like great presentations or great storytelling is just few words, few sentences. So
For
minor
that,
feedback.
I just have
Yeah.
a very small point. That has always been our strategy. And for the module right before this one, we had a very crisp presentation with just few words because I am a fan of negative space. And we got feedback that we don't have enough information on our slides for our module. And we got very scared for the next module. And we were like, okay, if we are being told that we need templates and information, let's do it. And we got a perfect score on this one. So we were like, okay, then probably module professors want this. So we make this. But we don't like our own slides. Don't worry. We feel this is a case study
That's why
and
I
not
said
a
it's a minor feedback, but yeah, like if
But
it's
we do
so
agree with you.
complex, right?
This
It's
is,
difficult for people to
yes,
follow and it's hard. So,
absolutely.
yeah. But the major
Absolutely.
feedback was on the aggregation model. But yeah, I
Yes.
think
But
otherwise it's
then
very
all the credits to Sarina to still, make sure that these slides look so beautiful even with so much
But
information.
I
Right? So
told you,
all
I don't like having this much content. It's very overwhelming for me as well. But yeah.
awesome and good stuff, guys. Thanks. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Deepika, over to you.
Sure. So guys, again, as the others mentioned, the content is great. The idea is really good, but just one thing which I wanted to understand right at the start of the discussion, when you were actually explaining the problem statement, you started with the persona, which is fantastic, so that I'll be able to relate to what exactly is it that the customer is facing. But I was a little bit confused right at the start in terms of what is it that we are addressing. Is it a loyalty points issue? Is it I'm wanting to create another Mintra? What exactly is it?
So
Sure, Sanket.
sorry. You please continue. I'll answer at the end.
Okay. So this was one. The second was that when we are trying to actually explain that particular problem, the next step in general was that what is the discovery that you had done in terms of, say, for example, specific interviews that you conducted, or what exactly was you have covered the target audience well, but how big is the market? What exactly are the tiers that you are wanting to focus on? We know that, of course, these apps, they are being used across all the tiers. But say, for example, what is the thought process out there in terms of the product thinking, that what exactly is the SAM, TAM, or SOM? Because you have any which ways done a very good job in terms of detailing out the agile product management side of the house. But before you even go there, say for example in the revenue stream, you've mentioned that it is going to be some sort of a freemium wherein it is going to be 99 rupees. My major point is in terms of you are wanting to do business at the end of the day because there is going to be pot of gold. How big is that pot of gold going to be? What is the revenue in general that you're going to make? Is it big enough a problem for you to address or not? So these were some points that I thought that I'll definitely bring up in the conversation. I'm not covering, the GTM or the other aspects because I understand that this is something that you would be studying in the future, maybe. So that's one. The second piece, Sarina, must call it out that, you recovered really well. So although there was a little bit of a glitch, but this shows in terms of the maturity of the presenter as well, that it was taken care of extremely well. So good job at it. Anything else? Yeah, as Ankit mentioned in terms of Gmail scraping, because there could very well be some specific piece of that target audience who are not making use of Gmail across these different platforms. People, they have got multiple email IDs across multiple providers. So how exactly are you going to cover that? So more so the question around the database. Say for example, Deepika, I've got two Gmail IDs. That piece is covered. But I've also got multiple Outlook IDs. What about that? Me and my husband, we don't share an email ID, right? So if at all, I want a clear picture because, the second persona that you had spoken about, that a lady is shopping for a family of four. But out of that, there are two earners and both of them, they have got separate IDs, not necessarily Gmail. So you would still be losing out on, loyalty points there. So that's wherein, if you can do some sort of solution, as Ankit was also calling out, that what exactly could it be? Could it be WhatsApp? What exactly could that be to provide that coverage? That's it from me.
So thanks a lot for your feedback, Deepika ma'am. I would like to add 2 points over here. First thing on your latest point regarding people having multiple email IDs as well as different people being there in a family, we did think about it. So one thing which was my personal thought, which was that people do not have enough motivation to use a single email ID itself to shop, right? Because there's no solution like Shopee's. But if at all we introduce a solution like Shopee's, they will have the motivation and a reason to use a single email ID across the shopping channels that they have, right? Second thing regarding multiple people in the house. So we did think about, a way where we create a family, right? Like we have in Netflix or in the streaming platforms as well. We'll create a family where they can manage the group of family of email IDs itself, and it will be tracked together as well. So these are the 2 points I think. Two solutions of as to how we can address the concerns they had mentioned. And regarding the problem statement as well, so there are two main things that we're trying to solve over here. The first thing is the fragmented shopping experience, as Sarina and we all have mentioned in the uh, presentation, that it's a phygital solution as well, right? Where you find something physically and you try to find it online and buy it and then track it as well, right? So that fragmented experience across various different channels or platforms, I would say. That is one thing. And the second problem that we're trying to solve is the fragmented loyalty values as well across multiple platforms, right? So these are the two main problem statements we are trying to address. Sarina, Deeksha, if you guys want to add anything else to it.
Just one point, and ma'am, thank you so much. So I think we also discovered this later on that we were taught Samsung much later. So here, because our focus was agile, we were really focused, and also because in that module, it was very heavy on understanding the MVP line, all of that. So you will also notice that all of the artifacts are a little heavy on agile in itself. So we did do a little bit of desk research in terms of the monetary aspects, but that definitely requires us to get into the market and understand if this is worth solving for. We everybody has creator bias, right? We're really excited if we have a new idea that looks cool. So I think that's something that we also learned in the next module right after this was GTM, and the first thing we learned was Samsung. And all three of us keep saying that of all the 5 products that we've built in the course, Shopee's is the one that we actually feel we can bootstrap and take to market. So that kind of reading up and analysis we will do now that we are done with the program. We just finished this morning, so maybe in the next couple of months we'll do actual research, get into the market and understand what's ahead of us.
That definitely helps, guys. Thank you. And Samkit, so what I understood from what you told me is we are expecting a behavioral change in how the customer is going to, react with the different kinds of, applications that we have for shopping. Okay, fair. And Sarina, more to your point in terms of sometimes home. Yep. Okay. If it's something that you're going to address in the future, then of course, makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
And one
I'm
thing we
so
also
sorry.
discovered.
So sorry.
Diksha, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go
Okay,
ahead.
so I just wanted to mention that while we focused more on the MVP during the demo and while explaining in our V2 roadmap, we had thought about how do we get partnerships in with these big names, right? And that's where we do make money from, that there are existing affiliate programs, but obviously we need to be at a certain level in order to be able to achieve that and get tracking links from them, etc. We can also go the co-promotion partnership route, but we're not sure what kind of a deal we'll have to negotiate for that. If we want loyalty point balances or order statuses, they'll have to give us a custom API. There needs to be legal involvement, IT cooperation on their end, our end, and things like that. So we need to have a working system in order to pitch to them and ask for these things. But veto, definitely, it's in the plan.
In most of the cases, Diksha, it so happens that we generally have to pay through our noses. That's the revenue model that you will have to actually think of, because you would be you will just be entering the market, right? They're already there as an established brand. So this is the general norm that I've seen, the route being taken, that one specific part of the revenue that you earn generally goes to them in terms of them providing their APIs. Makes sense.
And just one small point, I think we did really less primary research because of lack of time. But what we did discover, Deepika ma'am, is that a lot of times in most of these apps these days, because people use one ID for their Play Store. So this is something that somebody else pointed out to us. We also had the same question about multiple accounts. So because the Play Store ID is always usually a single one, mostly Gmail. Of course, people have iPhones and people have separate iCloud accounts as well. But what people said was in most of these sign up processes, nobody has to enter details. Everybody just clicks on continue with Google and it takes the same Gmail ID from their Play Store. So I think that's where we got a little bit of more confidence that, okay, for the multiple accounts, at least in the MVP, we can keep that complexity for later to cover the entire funnel. But at least to get in, if our users say that they usually use one Gmail account and that also they don't manually input, that maybe they are doing it for us. So that was something that we discovered in the interviews.
Makes sense.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was a very interactive session that we had. It was good. It was good to have this interactive session. So Sakshi, can we have the scores, please? You're there?
Okay. So, am I audible? Hi.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 4. Yeah.
It's what?
It's 4 on 5.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Ankit sir.
Yeah, it'll be 4.
Deepika ma'am.
It is a 4 for me. There are just a few nitty-gritties that they'll have to iron out, but otherwise they've done a very fair job.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So,
Really
okay.
valuable feedback.
Sorry?
Really valuable feedback, and I will definitely be integrating WhatsApp into the MVP roadmap. So thank you so much for all of the inputs. Really, really helpful for us as well. And I will think more about scraping. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, I hope you can see my screen. Right? I hope the QR is working for you guys. Okay. Here's the scores. Thank you so much. This was very interactive, and I too had a lot of fun listening to juries and the participants. It was a very good, healthy conversation that we had today. It was lovely. And also very much thankful to all the 3 juries that we have today. Deepika ma'am, Ankit sir, and Sakshi ma'am, thank you for being here, taking your time, especially for this. I hope you also enjoyed today's Skillathon, I believe. And if you can say something, a few words on your experience today, it would be really wonderful. Anyone?
So Aditya, maybe I'll give it a go.
Sure.
When I had started my journey in product management, we did not have such courses, very frankly. And providing this kind of a base in terms of wherein you actually cover all the aspects of what product management is, how to go about it, what are the basic levers that you need to keep in mind to be able to create fantastic products which are going to actually help solve customer problems and also businesses make money through it. This is in fact a fantastic forum to be made available, to the youngsters these days. Also, kudos to the team members in terms of them doing a very, very fair job in terms of thinking that, what exactly is missing in the market and then putting in that right approach, taking in, the lessons that have been explained to them. And also, of course, I feel for considering us as jury, wherein we can actually share feedback on the basis of the experiences that we have had in the industry. So, great effort, all in all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ankit sir.
Yeah. So I think it was pretty good, guys. I think they say that starting is like job, at least half the job done. So really appreciate putting in thoughts and thinking through a problem, getting it out together. So I think that's commendable. And like then thanks to all the judges, jury members, like sharing their feedback. So I think it is a great opportunity to learn, share, hear different perspectives. So we also learn a lot that hey, how are things happening? Are they using Claude? Like the second PPT had Claude, first did not have Claude. So we could also get a sense of how things are moving, if how the personification is happening, if we get some new aspects of PM thinking in some of the presentations. So I think great stuff and continue to like think deeply about the user, show more empathy. So the more deeper you can go to the problem, identify what needs to be done, then the journey sort of becomes easy and simpler. So I think you'll do great, but continue to do like solve problems and like good luck for the next. Thanks, Sakshi.
Thanks, Aditya. I think that's a great opportunity for us also to being here and hear out from all these young creators. As Deepika has mentioned, definitely these opportunities were never there. I myself remember I learned on the job when I joined as a assistant product manager in India Mart. And on the job itself, I understand what is product management, how the structure flows, what is product management cycle, and all. So these initiatives are extremely valuable because they give the participants a platform to think beyond ideas and actually solve the real world problems. They structured the product thinking, user understanding, innovation, execution. I think these all uh, come together and makes a good product manager. So definitely kudos to you guys and kudos to the work that's been done by all the participants. Well done, guys, and thanks everyone. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was really good to hear you all, juries, and hope you also had a very tough time during your initial phase as well, right? And that is where the bridge that we are trying to build for the learners here at IPL. Let me share my screen again. Hope you are able to see.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And these are the certificate for the juries who have been actively participated with full of joy today. Ankit sir, and these certificates will be sent to you via email. And then coming up to the winner, I think it's a clear win, and they are already started smiling when they got the scores also.
But Aditya, we need to call out one thing, man. It's a team versus a one-pair effort. So like kudos
Yeah.
to Riya also because she participated alone.
Right. No, it is also congratulations to Ria as well. It is a tough competition. It is not so easy. Thank you so much for being a one-man army for your team, Ria, and also Sarina, Diksha, and Samkeet. He just left, I think.
Samkeet
But
had to drop out because he was working from office. So he had to,
yes,
yeah.
he had to say.
He had a hard stop at
But
5, yeah.
thank you so much for making this a beautiful event today. It was fun with a lot of smiles that I can see on the screen. Thank you so much to make this a good event today. And congratulations to the winners as well. They have been the winners from past few skillathons now. So over to you, team. What do you think? What do you feel?
I think that's the reason we started smiling, because attending today's Skillathon in itself was a little tough because I am sick, Deeksha is traveling, and Samkeet is in office. So we were very stressed that we are ill prepared. We'll not be able to field the questions. But I think that's where we also want to give kudos to Rhea because she did it alone. The three of us, I think we keep saying that the reason we are able to ever perform is because of each other. I think we fill the gaps very well. And I think that speaks to our backgrounds because I come from design, Deeksha comes from tech, and Samkeet comes from product management and business development. So I think it's a perfect team, and that's how we've been able to do this. And we're really, really glad that we got this opportunity again. So thank you so much, Aditya, for also having us in GTM because yes, that presentation was made later, and we've learned so much along the way. So thank you so much, and also to all the jury for their feedback because you have helped us, actually think about taking this to market with your real feedback. So thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy weekend, everyone. Bye bye. See you.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Everyone,
Thank you so
bye.
much. Bye bye bye.